Greetings, nail people. Let me get the camera turned around and adjust. Oh, well, you can see the edge of my thing. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Hi, everybody. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello from New Zealand. It's coffee time here, too. Today, I have my Disney bride. We have Mr. and Mrs. cups. Hello. Good Monday. Greetings. Let everybody get joined in here. Hiya. We're going to talk about some gold stuff today. Yes, it is afternoon now, so good afternoon. I know, Liz, you haven't been on in a while. Hopefully you're busy making all that money. Money, money. Money, money. So, seeing as it is our fantabulous leap year, and this only comes around, obviously once every 4 years, it's really, a lot of people try to do like 10-year goals, which I think are too far out, and like 10 years might as well be someday, and 5 years, 5 seems like a round number, but it seems really hard, like 5 years just blows by before you know it. So I find that it's almost impossible to miss a leap year. So I tend to do a lot of goal setting on leap year day because we all are going to know when the next leap year comes around. And so then you can look back on the last 4 years and see if you accomplished what you set out to do then. And then you can go from there and, start setting some goals for the next 4 years. It's also really easy if you're in the States because it's always a presidential election year that it's leap year. So right about the time that you're just really disgustingly sick of political ads is right about the time you need to be evaluating your goals. So it works out well. So this is my day off day. I do have one guest today, but so you guys get to see in my lovely CND t-shirt that I wear when I'm doing stuff in the office. So yay, my lovely shade of green for the impending March. So 4 years ago, 4 years, you can do almost anything you want in 4 years if you set your mind to it and you plan it properly. I had a goal of finishing my college degree and getting the University of Nails launched and all those kind of things. And while I only got University of Nails launched right under the wire by about a month, because life got in the way, I did in fact finish my bachelor's degree and all of those kind of things. So if you are really seriously kind of doing that whole, I don't really know 4 years, that's a long ways out. I can't possibly do it in 4 years. If you started, say your goal was to go back to college. If you started a university this fall, you would be almost graduated in 4 years by the time the next leap year rolls around. And so it's really easy to get kind of bogged down and stuff. And so today's Nails Over Coffee, I just wanted to chat with you guys a little bit, see what kind of goals you guys are looking to set for 4 years from now, and talk a little bit about goal setting and how to attain them and what kind of, I've got some goals that I need to spend the next couple of days making specific, but this is a really good time and a good reminder to get it done. So I want to remind you guys of the whole goal setting thing about the acronym is SMART, but so that your goals need to be specific and I'm going to pull this up because I like how they word it. Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and they need to have a time frame. Or tangible is another one to use for the T, but I like time frame, hence the 4-year thing. But even the smaller goals that are going to be set in between the big goal 4 years from now they still need to be timely. Otherwise you just say, forget it, So, specific. Now, what I like to do when I'm goal setting is I like to spend a little bit of time kind of daydreaming and thinking about where I would want to be on this day 4 years from now. Like, what does life look like? And then I start working backwards from there. What do I need to do the year before that to make that happen? So what's my 3-year plan? What do I need to do halfway, 2 years? Where do I need to have accomplished by then to be able to get to my 4-year goal? What do I need to do this year? So by this time next year, what do I need to have done? And then be able to break that down into, what do I need to do in the next 6 months? What do I need to do next month? And then the part that really gets me kind of kicked off and going is, what do I need to do today? And when you kind of break it all down like that, you don't seem like you're just reaching for some pie in the sky thing. So the thing I like about specific is, it says to set a specific goal, you must ask the 6 W questions. And I really do like this. That's why I'm reading off of it. This is on topachievement.com. You need to ask yourself the 6 W questions. Who's involved? What do I want to accomplish? Where? Identify a location. When? Establish a time frame. And which? Identify requirements and constraints. And why? Specific reasons or purposes. What's the motivation for attaining the goal? So like a general goal would be, I want to get in shape. A specific goal would be, I'm going to, in the next month, join a gym, and I'm going to go to a gym 3 mornings a week. So you need to have something that's more like specific. Now, to sort of grab onto that in our industry, it's like, okay, I want to own a salon. I want to own a salon someday. Okay, well, based on where you are now, you say, okay, I want to be in my own salon by next leap year day. So then you go, okay, well, what do I need to do? Okay, well, by 3 years out, I will definitely need to have enough money saved to be able to find a space and get the salon done. Okay, well, what do I need to be doing at the 2-year mark? Well, the 2-year mark, I really need to make sure that I have enough clientele, that I'm totally able to pay all my expenses, pay all my household expenses, and put money in savings towards that next goal. Okay, so what do I have to do at the 1-year mark? Okay, at the 1-year mark, I want to be 75% booked. Okay, and then start breaking it down. Go, okay, well, what can I do today? Well, today I can write all this stuff down, and I can make a list of people I haven't seen in 6 months so that I can call them or email them to see if they want to come back in on a half off your return visit special. Like that way you're just kind of working your way on back. So for the goal of I want to own a salon, it has to be specific. You have to say, I want to own a nails only salon where I offer luxury manicures and pedicures, and I have one other nail tech who's working in the salon with me. That's a specific goal. So then you move on to measurable, so I've talked about that whole starting with the big goal and working your way back to the smaller ones and in measurable increments. Like, how are you going to know you're getting there? Because there's a lot of times when you're working, right? Set those goals high, ladies, right, Nellie? So I know it seems like when you're working really hard on something that it seems like it's taking forever. Because trust me when I tell you, every time I see the same business questions asked over and over and over again on Facebook, I'm like, there's a website. It's $10 a month. It'll answer all those questions for you. It drives me crazy. And so sometimes you can get really frustrated by that. But I have to remind myself that no business turns a profit and like kicks ass in the first month out of the gate. Not nail techs, not restaurants, not coffee shops, not movie theaters, not anybody. So never mind an internet startup. So having those small benchmark goals keeps you motivated. And so that's why you have to keep in mind the other things. So attainable. Is what you're looking for your goal to be attainable? Now, if I said my goal for the University of Nails was to have 1 million subscribers by next leap year, well, that's not very attainable. That's ridiculous. We have 330,000 nail technicians in the United States. Of course, we have a gazillion of them globally and abroad. But seriously, like, I could work for 20 years and never crack 1 million people. So it has to be more attainable, you know. I have member goals and profit goals for that 4-year mark for the University of Nails. And I had to really sit back and go, okay, what's 1% of my market? You know, can I get globally, can I get 50,000 viewers? Could I get, 40,000? Like, what's attainable for that 4-year mark, both monetarily and so back to that realistic thing. Like, is what you want to do realistic? I want the University of Nails to have at least 1,000 subscribers by the end of this month, because I can think of at least, 150 people off the top of my head who need it. And so I'm kind of like, 1,000 people? Like, that should be so easy, right? So not easy. And so not realistic. Like, we could all be seriously like pushing for the University of Nails. All you guys could be marketing for me. And it's still possible I might not crack 100 by the next month. So it has to be realistic, and it has to be, the big thing is the time frame. I read somewhere one time that a goal without a deadline is just a dream. And I personally, while daydreaming is nice, one day I'd like to live abroad and, those kind of things, I'm not ready to put time frames on those types of goals yet. So for right now, they're just dreams, which doesn't mean they won't be goals someday. They're just not the goals I'm focused on right now. So this really is kind of an exercise in getting your brain where it needs to be. So I would like to hear from some of you guys on where you'd like to be on February 29th of 2020. I would like to be traveling to teach low-cost, non-product specific education workshops. So I'd like to not only be doing the business part, which is just as easy to do online, really, but I'd also like to be doing the hands-on part. One of my favorite things when I was a manufacturer educator was reaching my arm over somebody's arm and hand and showing them with my hand over the top of theirs what it felt like to pat the acrylic product with their brush. What that felt like. And I can't teach you what it felt like online. So I have a goal that by then I am actively going around and I'm actively teaching non-product specific workshops at the trade shows and otherwise. I would really like in 2019, the show season before, I would really like to take the whole show season where basically I took an RV and painted it with the nail rogue on the side. Don't know that my hub love's going to let me get away with that one, but I'm sure going to try. And take an RV and spend that whole show season, not only going from one show to the next, but going and doing smaller workshops in smaller towns where people don't get a whole lot of education, and I can come through in an RV and we can get together, in somebody's salon or a hotel meeting room in their area or something, so that maybe it's only 10 people. But by doing that constantly and that constant movement, just spend that entire, 6 months or so on the road, which be like the Nail Rogue US tour, which would be kind of fun. So, I'd like to have done that. So, you know, it's obviously not going to happen now. You know what I mean? I have to work towards it. And I'm going to have to look at some other things, like when the youngest kid is graduating from high school. Will he be graduated that year? Or will it have to wait until 2020 so that we can go that year because he's graduated? Like, you know, those kind of things. But in the meantime, in order for me to get to that point, I have to get to a point where, like, maybe the year before, I'm going to all of the trade shows. I have a booth or I'm sharing a booth with somebody who has a product to sell, and that gives me the access to a classroom so that I can do classes. And then backing it up another year before that, you know, I need to have so many subscribers to be able to justify doing that. And I need to, you know, get a bigger home office, and I need to be, you know, so I really want to know what kind of goals you have. I mean, life throws curveballs at us, right? You know, and so we have to have these long time goals. So like Monica, who I saw just invited followers, Monica just had, like, the school she was teaching at, the carpet kind of ripped out from underneath her. So if she had had some 4-year goals or 5-year goals based on that, she kind of got screwed. And so being able to then, you know, look back now on the 29th of this year and say, okay, with where I'm at now and what I foresee coming in the next 4 years, what's my goal 4 years from now? And what can I anticipate is going to get thrown at me? I don't think that anybody could have anticipated, other than maybe some real inside people, what was going on with, you know, the beauty school thing. So come on, you guys, what are your goals? What do you want to be doing 4 years from now? I would like to earn enough from nails that I don't need a side job. Okay. So you need to, back to that specific thing, you need to figure out how much that needs to be in a dollar amount. I need to be making X dollars in this, you know, by this next leap year thing, so that I can be only working, doing nails and not doing anything else. And, you know, then start backing up from there. Go, okay, well, if I need to be making $5,000 a month, then I'm going to set my goals that I want to increase year over year, $1,000 a month. So that means that in year 3, I need to be making $4,000 a month. In year 2, I need to be making $3,000 a month. And that means a year from now, I need to be making $2,000 a month. Okay, well, $2,000 a month, depending on where you are now, is a stout goal. So you have to, you know, look and go, okay, well, what can I do? What do I need to be doing? How do I build clientele? Psst, the University of Nails has business education. Just saying. But so yeah, that's a totally attainable goal and very realistic. There was a time when I had my own little spot that, you know, if you set your business plan up right, I guess it was technically my first salon because I moved into another space in the same building later, but Nellie says it takes less than $400 a day during a 5-day work week to make $100,000 a year. Truth. So this is what I was thinking about the other day, because of course we have long-term goals, but we also have short-term needs too. And I determined that I don't really want to open a salon again. And more importantly, I don't really want to work in a salon again. Not anything to do with the salon. I'm more interested in I'd rather do a ton of amazing special needs pedicures. So I stopped and thought about it. And, you know, you have to, again, back to that whole, what do you need to be doing? I want to stay freelance. So I've thought about, I knew you'd like that, Nellie. Nellie gave a yes. I loved it when I did 10 1-hour long, $85 pedicures on Sundays at the spa I worked at. I loved it. So I'm thinking, okay, well, since I'm freelance and I do work on site and everything anyway, I will maybe find a podiatry office or something like that, a foot and ankle clinic or those kind of things, and see if they're interested. Maybe I'll find 3 or 4. See if they're interested in having me come in once a month, be able to set up in a room, or maybe they're looking for somebody who can work 2 days a week in there. I'm interested more in being of a medical setting, that like more like a Medi-Spa setting than in a salon type setting. I have my studio to be able to continue to do artificial nails and stuff. But then, working out the dollars and cents of it, like Nellie was just bringing up the numbers. At $80 a pedicure on a 10-hour day, that's $800. If I do that 2 days a week, that's $1,600. Minus all the supplies, of course, it takes to do that. But so now if I'm looking at, maybe, see, Nellie says, I just work in a private room. The salon life never worked for me either. Yeah, I think that it's just, because I want the medical thing, those spaces are really expensive to rent on your own. And I don't really want to have a space that's all on my own, because that doesn't help me accomplish my end goal of traveling and teaching and having the University of Nails and all that. But I need more money now until I get to that goal. So I'm like, okay, what skill set do I have? And with my goals of still being freelance and everything, that I can do. So maybe I can find, like I said, a podiatry office or something like that that's willing to have me come in, or I can do a rent. But so now if I've worked out the numbers, I've said, okay, so if I'm going to, after I pay for my supplies for those 20 clients a week, if I'm going to, say, okay, $1,500. Okay, well, that's $6,000 a month. So now, knowing that that's the where I want to be at goal, but not necessarily where I'll start at goal, knowing that that's the where I want to be at goal, I go, okay, so realistically, with some referrals and some hard work and everything, at the 6-month mark, I could probably be at half that, $3,000. Okay, well, at $3,000 a month, plus what money I need to make to be able to just live and all of that, how much can I reasonably afford to pay this office for me to be able to use that room? And so now I'm not just flying blind. When I go in to talk to an office manager or a podiatrist or something like that, I have an idea of how much I'm willing to spend to get that room. Do I want to do it as a percentage? Do I want it? Well, are they interested enough in having me there to do a percentage? Maybe they've got tons of clients that they don't know where to send them. And I'm going to be like an amazing thing for them because they're going to be able to keep those clients in house. Maybe this is going to allow me to do my ANT and MNT through the MediNails Center. Maybe there's a podiatrist he's interested in doing my 40-hour, internship training, so that then he knows that he can send me under his roof. He can send me people. And there's a lot I can do if I'm under the umbrella of a licensed doctor. So, these are all the processes, the steps on thinking it through that you have to be able to do. So, what else? Okay, that was a good one. Want to be able to work on your own without having a side job. So what's another one? Give me another one. Lay it on me. Let's talk about another goal. The teenager just got home. As long as you don't trip over the lighting cord, there's a power bar in there for you. All right. Oh, ooh, he walks hard. Makes my camera move. Nobody, come on, you guys. Do you want to own a salon? Do you want to have moving to Hawaii and opening a shop? Well, you can certainly, hi, Melissa, you certainly can get in with, our island nail girl, Tanya Sisson, on that one. I know she's Maui bound. She even went and got her, but back to that goal thing. She wants to be doing that. And so, hey, so she went and she got her license. So now she has her Hawaii manicuring license. So that's one step closer to the goal. So what are you going to do, Nellie Neal, to get closer to your going to Hawaii and opening a shop? Do you think you'll get that done in the next 4 years? I can certainly understand wanting to move out of freezing ass Minnesota. 3 years. Cool. Very cool. So by the time we're having this conversation 4 years from now, we should be having it with you an hour behind me instead of 2 hours ahead because you're in Hawaii. That'll be awesome. We'll come visit you. You can set up classes. They said I could charge $250 a petty there. Jeez. I might have you hook me up with some flow over business, and the hub love and I might come out and do a week-long work vacation in Hawaii. Yeah, that's $360,000 a year. However, cost of living in Hawaii, $360,000 a year is like $180,000 a year here. So, which is like $50,000 a year in the Midwest. Everything is so expensive there. Which, I mean, it's in an island in the middle of, you know, in the middle of nowhere. So, I mean, sort of get that. Well, wave at me, Nellie, when you come through SeaTac, because we have lots of flights that go to Hawaii. So when you go through SeaTac, wave. So who else wants to own their own salon? Anybody else in here have a goal of owning their own salon? Or are you more interested in doing something, working as a educator or a corporate job? Maybe, you know, back before I figured out I wanted to be totally freelance because I'm the nail rogue and I'm kind of not real good with towing the company line. I used to say my dream job was in research and development for like CND, or now, you know, OPI and Sally Hansen are owned by Coty and they have their own labs and everything. So, but what I also learned is that if you want to be in research and development, you actually need to have a chemistry degree. I did not know this. I thought experience and like an MBA would get me there, but they won't even let you near their lab. Without at least a 4-year bachelor's degree in chemistry. So I'd have to go back to school now if I still was on that goal. But yeah, I don't think I'm getting to the point where I'm definitely the rogue nail tech now. Oh, but just to keep everybody, you know, excited, continually out there preaching the good word. While I was doing all of my shop towels at the laundromat today, I did in fact convince a girl to look into going to nail school because we were standing there in the laundromat just having a conversation. And we were talking about how awesome it is to do nails. And so we had a great conversation and she took down my website address and I told her to contact me if she had any questions about what school to go to near here and all that. So preaching the good word, reviving the industry, one potential nail tech at a time. Let's see, what else we're getting close to the end of our 2:30. So owning a salon, making enough money, those are good goals. Does anybody have any special training or certification that they would want to do? Anybody want to be a licensed instructor who isn't one now, and would like to be a licensed instructor to be able to teach in the beauty schools? That's another great goal. We need more good nail instructors. No offense to the cosmetology people, but we need to stop having people who have only done hair their whole career teach people how to do nails. Because outside of basic safety and sanitation, it's a totally different ball of wax. Unless you've actually been a working nail tech, like you don't get it. Right, I figured Monica would hop in on that. Amen. So I have to finish my bachelor's in podology. Now, is that, Nellie, I looked into being a podiatrist, which is actually a medical degree. So it required a residency and all that kind of stuff. Where can you get a bachelor's degree in the foot specialties, and where do you need to go to college to do that? And is there a lot of schools that train in that, or just, because I had actually thought about it. I was like, dude, I'd love to be a podiatrist. But I'm like, yeah, 42, I don't know that I'm between med school. It's a degree from the National Association of School of Podology or whatever that is. I'll have to look up what their NASP, what their acronym means. So yeah, it would be, I looked it up, and even with already having my bachelor's degree, North American School of Podology. Thank you. Sorry, you guys, my hair is driving me nuts. I know that I figured it out. It was going to be like another, with my residencies and everything, like another, I don't know, 6 years or something till I was actually a working podiatrist. And I was like, yeah, I'm not hitting 50 just trying to build a podiatry practice. Not when I can go work in a podiatrist's office now, go through and do all my MediNails training and still do almost everything but the actual surgeries and diagnosis. So, yeah. So, okay, well, it's getting to be about my time to be done. It's 2:30. I have to go do a few more things before my guest gets here. So, this weekend I did a Periscope on me doing a fill-in on my Tough Enough Nails trial nails I did a few weeks back. So make sure that you're following me on Periscope, so that way if I go live at any weird, odd things to show you guys anything, you can see that I'm on. And I did get all of my soak-off bags in. They're just about ready to go and go up on the store. I need to set up my lighting and do some photos so I can put a photo up. And I'm going to do a Periscope video on using them to soak off my nails because it's time to get rid of these bad boys and start anew. It's been a few months. So I'm going to go ahead and soak off my nails using the soak off bags. And I'm going to do it on Periscope for you guys and then I can post it. But I want somebody else to hold the camera so you guys can get a good view of what I'm doing. And since I obviously won't have any hands, I will need to have that. So sometime in the next day or so, I will get the soak off bags up on the University of Nails website and talk to you guys about how to use them and how to make money with them because it's all about money, right? We all got to make a living here. And I have 4 more videos in the works, one on ethics, some on developing your personal brand. I am doing one on goal setting, a little bit like we talked about today, but it's going to be a little more in depth. And I have like 2 or 3 more that I have planned to film and get up this month as well. So I think there's 25 videos up on the University of Nails now. So check it out and like everything on the Facebook pages and share and all those things. Oh, here's Monica. I had a goal to start my YouTube channel this month to show state board procedures like odorless. That is a fantastic goal. And so setting up your YouTube channel doesn't take very long. So just get in there, get it set up, and then start figuring out what you need to do and just, you know what, get a video done. By the end of this week, get 1 video done and up on YouTube. You can do it all from a smartphone. Don't even have to use a computer anymore. So, eat that frog. Oh, you guys are silly. Yep, as Elaine Watson says. Yes, she does. God, that was funny. When I first read that on Facebook, I was like, what? But then I knew what she was talking about. So, but just, you know, when you're scrolling down your feed, you're like, what in the hell is she talking about? Yeah. So if you guys have any ideas on videos that you would like to see go up on the University of Nails, even if you're not a member yet, send your video ideas, things you think I need to do to get up on University of Nails to videos@michellecordes.com. That's CORDES. .com. That's my main webpage. And email it to videos@michellecordes.com. And that way I can start putting things in the works and start getting input from everybody and start putting things together. So the University of Nails did break even in its first month, however. It didn't make any money, but it broke even. So I'll take it. And so nowhere to go from here, right? Tina Alberino said that I should expect to work really, really hard for the first about 18 months. And then after that, it'll start to snowball. So kind of helps to get some advice from somebody who's been there. I'll make note of that observation in the Memoirs of a Nail Tech book I'm writing. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get out of here. I got some stuff to do. Peace and share. And I will see you guys tomorrow. And set your goals. I want to hear about your goals. And I want to know where you're going to be on February 29th, 2020. Where are you going to be? Start thinking about it. Set those goals and tell me about them. I want to hear about them. You know, if you tell somebody your goal, it makes you more accountable. So I just told, well, everybody. So, all right. Thanks for joining in, you guys. I appreciate you guys watching and sharing. So have a good one. See you tomorrow. Bye. Oh, I'm still getting hearts. I hate turning you guys off when I'm still getting hearts because I love the hearts. Oh, see, now there was just a little bloop, one heart. Make me feel bad. You're welcome. Oh, see, more hearts. See, I can't say goodbye when you guys are giving me hearts because it makes me go, oh, they like what I said. You know, maybe I should just take the shiny plastic off this University of Nails seal. All right. No more little sporadic hearts. Yes, you're just trying to keep me around here. Bye, you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.